Hello everybody, it's Mikko here. It's been a while since I last did my in the bag video, so I decided to do a quick one just to show you guys what I'm throwing at the moment. The main change in my bag is that I'm trying out a full Latitude 64 bag at the moment, so all my discs are from Latitude 64. And because of that, I've been testing and trying out some of the drivers and meets and stuff like that. But let's go through my bag and I'll explain what I'm carrying at the moment. Starting off with my putting putters, I have the two old, oh these are not old but used, very beaten in hard, zero hard pures, and they glide. They are absolutely great. I used to I also putted with the gauntlet, but it was kind of like maybe a little too overstable for my style. So now I'm trying out putting again with the pure. I'm sorry about the pumping and of the zoom and the focusing. I'm using my phone, so it's doing something weird now. Sorry about that. And next, moving on to my. God damn it! I'm sorry about the focus. My driving putters, I have a grip line pure for those calm situations and straight ones. And when it's a bit more windy or if I need a little bit more fade, I use the first run 2K line Opto G Sarek. This is absolutely great driving and approaching putter. And some people say that it doesn't glide. Just put some spin to it and it will glide. A great disc. Then my overstable approach discs, I have two. One is the Zero Soft Caltrop. It's kind of like the Sinus, but not that. It doesn't have that strong fade that Sinus has. So this is kind of like more of a stable and straight. And then when I need to be absolutely sure that I have the fade, I have the old Zero line soft, very soft sinus. This is great. It doesn't skip and it is stable, overstable. So moving on to my mids. Some people know that I used to love and I still love the Warship. It is absolutely great. But since I'm trying out the Latitude 64 bag now, I had to find something to replace my Warships, and I have to tell you, I found it. It's the compass. I have 5. The first one is the retro line, which is kind of like straight to stable, but I mainly use this when it's raining or it's wet. The grip is absolutely great, so it's very good disc to have when it's raining. Next, my understable one, which is almost, it's not quite understable as I would like it to be, but it's going there. It's I want this to become almost like a fuse, to turn it over easily. And then next, my understable to straight compass. It's I have found out that these, if it can focus, these World Champion 2016 ones are a bit more understable than these, which I use as a stable, which has a nice small fade to it. These are the Latitude 64 ones. You can see it under there, the text, the compass says Latitude 64. I don't know why, but these seem to be a bit more fadey. They have a little bit stronger fade than the others. And then my most overstable compass is the Opto Moonshine. This has the most fade of the compasses that I have thrown. And my overstable mid, I use the Pain. Some people who throw a rock say that this is the most rock-like disc they have thrown. They say that it feels like a rock and it flies like a rock. I don't know. I can't remember how the rock flies. It's been so long since I last thrown one, but the pain, it's great. And then moving on to my, which I'm holding the camera with, my my Fairway Drivers. I have an understable Saint, a gold line. I have an overstable Saint, Opto line with some metal flakes in it. This is an old one, I don't know how old. I bought it from my friend here in Oulu. But this is almost like an overstable striker. It doesn't want to turn over, which is great. It has the glide of a Saint, but it doesn't turn over. A great disc. Then my overstable Fairway Driver is the Recycled Spark. A great, with a bit of glide in it. This is the retooled model. It's great. Then I have my more overstable Fairway Driver, the Triple X. I use it for thumbers, sidearm approaches, backhand hyzers, stuff like that. And for my main thumber disc is the Opto Moonshine Spark. This is ridiculously overstable. It is flat as a table. And it goes far for me as a thumber. A great one. And since I don't have the Justice at the moment, I am trying to achieve the same throws with the Anchor. I don't know, some people say that it's not the same, and it isn't, but it's overstable enough for my hand, so I can play it. And I also have the Sinus and the Caltrop, so I'll manage, and the Triple X and the Spark. So there's kind of like I have I can play with one of the discs for the lines that I used to throw with the Justice. So at the moment, Anchor. It's a nice one. A bit too overstable for me to throw in a backhand or something, but approaches, stuff like that, it works. Then moving on to my main drivers, which is the Flow. This is an old one. I don't know how old. It has to be something like 7 years, 8 years, 6 years, something like that. And this is understable. This is the Renegade, my new Renegade. And then I have the dead straight one. This is almost like a, yeah, it's like a trespass. I can throw the Flow as far as a trespass. And also the rim is almost the same. A great disc, a Flow. And then I have a little bit more overstable Flow. A brand new or unthrown gold line Flow with the old stamp. And these are 169. So even though they are not max weight, they fly and they are overstable because they have the dome. I found out that domey ones are the most overstable Flows. And as a very overstable Flow, I use the Villain. This is the Crowbar, which are a bit. They are not the most overstable villains that there are. But this is a great one. It's even though it has been thrown a lot, it is still more stable than the Flows, which is great. And then the most overstable villain is the Premier Edition Opto. These are the most overstable villains if you ever wonder which ones are the most overstable ones. It's the Premier Edition. And then of course, if it's stormy, or if you happen to play in Oulu, you got to have a stiletto. Just for the stormy winds, or spike hyzers, or sidearm rollers, or stuff like that. The stiletto is great. And I prefer the gold line. It breaks in nicely, and I can get a little bit better grip from the gold line than in Opto because of I tend to have dry hands, so it works better for me. So, that is my full Latitude 64 bag, and I've been playing with it for about a week, almost 2 weeks, and it's been working great. So, we'll continue with this, and I promise to make another one within the next year. Thank you.